to me is the crux of everything. Ua mau, ke ia o ka aina, I ka pono o Hawai'i. And so the fake state needs to stop using that motto with such blatant disregard for the meaning.
I think you folks are actually in a really important position. So far as I can tell, only 2 politicians, 2 female Polynesians from Hawaii, have actually sided with the Native Hawaiians on the TMT issue. Tulsi Gabbard, that's Standing Rock, and Andrea Tupelo. Now that's strange to me in a place with such a rich ethnic background and where Native Hawaiians play such an important role. It's strange. And as our local county council, I think there's an opportunity for leadership here. I was an early tour guide to the Mauna Kea observatories. I helped get the visitor program up and running between 1988 and 1996. And I am dismayed that it has come to this pass that we're talking about violence against our Native Hawaiian neighbors. And why has that happened? How have we come to that pass? And I think, first off, and some of you may know this or may not know this, but the TMT is involved in a 3-party war over who's going to have premier academic power and renown. They're competing against 2 large telescopes that are being built in Chile. That's one dimension. The other dimension, and I was there during the last boom, I know what the names of all those construction companies that benefited during the last time. Should we mention their names?
Yes.
You all know who their names are. They're prominent in Hilo. That's what this is really about. It's about the ambition of Caltech and the University of California, and the state has sided with them because of the power of the construction industry here. That's mostly what it's about. You're in a situation where now that's come to a point where our Hawaiian neighbors are actually up here pleading with you for help because they're going to be subject to mainland-style police violence, like what happened at Standing Rock. There's only 2 politicians that have had the guts. Now, years ago, and I don't know if, Mr. Chun, if you remember Mayor Matayoshi, he's the one who first called them pimples.
You have 30 seconds to summarize.
I'm just going to end by, I put a copy of David Shapiro's article on. I just want to read 2 brief things he said. He said, Native Hawaiians have resented telescopes on Mauna Kea since the first pimple appeared on the mountain in the late 1960s, but keep being pushed aside with promises of just one more. Secondly, increasingly people feel that they're being listened to, that they're not being listened to, playing in a rigged game in which the money, usually tied to big developers, big business, and big labor, always seems to get its way. You guys know this better than anyone. I gave that to you because you have support. This is Shapiro. This is the advertiser. You're not going to be, it's not that risky to side on behalf of the peace and the Native Hawaiian neighbors, and I'm speaking of that as someone who loves astronomy, helped get the whole program up and running.
Thank you.
After all that's said, after all that's done, after 1.4 billion minimum, after all the testimony proved the TMT was a crime.